What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel! Before we start this video, there's a little announcement. You can skip this if you've already heard it in the previous videos. So to start things off, there's my anime rap channel where I post anime raps. It's called Sensei Beats, and I'd deeply appreciate it if you sent some support and feedback. Secondly, there is my Discord server. It's the community of otakus, where we have regular events like anime quizzes and stuff like that. You can also interact with other otakus there. You can find the links to both the rap channel and the Discord server in the description down below. You should check them out. Now, let's start today's video. We're going to be talking about some anime where the main character is overpowered. We're going to be talking about some anime where the main character is overpowered or gets overpowered. You can expect to see some anime that you're probably already familiar with and some that you might not know about. It depends on your current level of otaku. Well then, shall we begin? The first one on our list is Death March Kara Hajimaru Isekai Kyosekyokyu. See, now this is an interesting harem anime. The main character is a programmer who is about 30 years old. He always has more work on his plate than he can handle. And you can say that the life of a Japanese programmer is pretty hard, but I think even that would be an understatement. So this guy works a lot. At one point, he gets a chance to sleep properly, but after he falls asleep, he wakes up in another world. This world is a kind of mashup of all the games that he had to debug as a programmer. He also realizes that he is a lot younger, and also his name has been changed to the nickname that he's been using while debugging the games. That's right, his new name is Sato. But before he can fully grasp the situation, he's attacked by lizardmen. So, how will he handle this unprecedented situation? He pulls off a powerful spell and wipes them all out. And it was at this moment the programmer realized he was not a weak-ass salaryman anymore. Just know that he ends up saving girls and somehow makes them his own harem. Next up we have Akiba Strip, the animation. Tomotsu and Niwaka are two otaku siblings. One day, as they are shopping in the famous city of manga and anime called Akihabara. In case you were wondering, Akihabara is well known throughout the world as the land of anime, or something like that. Alright, so, as the two siblings were buying some anime and manga related stuff, the place is suddenly overrun by vampires that seem to be cosplaying. They are called the Bugged Ones. There's only one way to eliminate these vampires, and that is by ripping their clothes off till they're butt naked and exposing them to sunlight. But what if the main characters were also one of them? The next one in our list is Ixion Saga DT. This anime is a little high on comedy, so if you guys aren't looking for something serious and all you want to do is laugh like a spoiled anime girl, do not miss out on this one. The story goes like this. A guy named Kon Hokaze is a gamer. He somehow ends up in another world after getting a little appealing request from a lady online. The new world is full of phenomenal energy called Alma. His journey here, together with a few new friends, begins. In short, I can say that you'll be in for some killer scenes. But don't try to take this anime too seriously, okay? You might be disappointed if you do. Next up we have Do You Love Your Mom and Her 2-Hit Multi-Attacks? This anime is very popular, but it's not because of the main character or the story or anything like that. It's actually because of the main character's mom that this anime was able to get so popular. What happened is that when he was isekai'd into another world, his mom also got transported with him. He's a teenager, so obviously he didn't like the idea of having his mother around, but who cares about him? The world he got transferred to adored the glory of his mother, and so did all of the anime community. Also, I'm not sure how this anime was able to pull off so many subtle ecchi scenes, especially because ecchi isn't even one of the genres. Be that as it may, at the end of the day, this anime is all about guilty pleasure. Next up we have one of my personal favorites, Outbreak Company. The main character is named Shinji Kano, and embraces everything about video games, anime, manga, and probably the age stuff too. He is a hardcore otaku. He also gets rejected from a girl he likes, just because he's an otaku. I don't know, guys. Is it really okay for girls to judge people just because they're otakus? Well, regardless, one day, he applies for a job just to make a man out of himself, but someone kidnaps him and sends him to another world, or something like that. Talk about one insane kidnapping! But, on the bright side, this new world is full of elves, dragons, and dwarves. As he is inside this land of hopes and dreams, the Japanese government talks him into turning everyone he can into a hardcore weeb. Or is it otaku? I mean, we shouldn't get too mixed up on the terminology, right? Now the real question is, how will he turn this entire empire into a land of weebs? The next anime we have on our list is Youjo Senki. Imagine, a little girl is the head of a military group. She's ruthless, tactical, and unforgiving. In other words, she is anything but a little girl. What happened is that she used to be a guy. She challenged a self-proclaimed god in a battle of wits, and somehow ended up reincarnated as a little girl named Tanya. Now, as this new world is about to face its first world war, Tanya is going to liven things up by showing the world who's boss. It is a little bit of an unorthodox story, and it'd be a shame if you got even a little bit spoiled on a moment that was supposed to be epic. I just say watch this anime. It's one of the best isekai anime there are. The next one we have is Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica. This anime centers around the tale of two middle school girls named Madoka and Sayaka. They are living their normal lives, and little do they know about their everyday normal lives is that it's about to go through a subtle change. One day, they meet Homura, and a cat-like creature named Kyubei. Kyubei makes both the girls an offer. He will grant any one of their wishes, but in return, they'll have to become magical girls. Homura tells them not to accept the offer, but will they listen? Before you judge this anime, I want you guys to know this anime is only for true men of culture. It is a pure delight on the surface, but a silent nightmare underneath. I'd say, if you guys were to take away any anime from this video, any anime, it should be this one. But of course, many would have already watched it. That's why there are other anime in this video too. But if you haven't, I recommend you guys give it a watch. You'll definitely feel an empty feeling after finishing that last episode, but there are some movies and alternate series to fill you up if you really need it. And here we have Setsuin no Tempest. I think I remember mentioning this in another video, but you guys all know how much I love best friends. They always end up helping you in one way or another, and you can also secretly date your best friend's younger sister. Okay, so maybe the dating part isn't always an option, but still, Yoshino Takigawa is one such guy who secretly starts dating his best friend Mahiro's younger sister, named Aika. Things go smoothly for a while, but as they say, all good things must come to an end. That's why, one day, something happens. Mahiro's sister, as well as Yoshino's girlfriend, suddenly dies. Or rather, was she killed? As any brother would, Mahiro sets off to find the one who killed his sister and make them pay, while Yoshino continues his normal everyday life. But what will these two do once they find out it's up to them to save the world? This is a very deep and twisted anime, but it's definitely worth watching. We're coming up on the end of our list, but before we get there, allow me to show you Gate Jitai Kanochi Nite. We have yet another anime with an adult main character. This guy is a 33-year-old otaku named Yoji. Now, even though he is an otaku, he still works in the self-defense force. Not to mention, he's the lieutenant. His main goal in life is to read more manga and novels. Work is more so something he does just to pay the bills. On a seemingly ordinary day, while he was off duty, he decided to visit an otaku convention in Tokyo. While he was on his way, a gate popped up out of nowhere, and strange creatures started coming out of it within a few moments. And the area was a battle zone. The monsters were killing people and destroying stuff just like that. Yoji tried to save as many lives as he could, and somehow, things cooled down. And Yoji is now tasked with going to the other side of the gate and leading a team of cute girls. Their goal is to somehow negotiate with the other side. But nobody knows what's going to happen next. There could be a war brewing between both of the sides, and that could get ugly really fast. The final anime we have on our list is Isekai Cheat Magician. This story follows the tale of two childhood friends, Taichi and Rin. They're both high school students, and one day, as they were on their way to school, a light pops up and takes them to another world full of all sorts of magical creatures. Immediately after setting foot in this new world, both of them encounter a vicious beast. Luckily, a group of adventurers saves them, and even instructs them that walking around unarmed might not be a good idea. They go to a guild and measure their magical power, and also register themselves as adventurers. And obviously, both of them possess some phenomenal magical capabilities that are far greater than the average mage. It's even in the title. They're both cheat magicians. It's like they had to cheat to get such powers. After spending more time in this new world, both of them get accustomed to their magical powers, and start gaining a considerable understanding of it. All the while considering if there's any way for them to actually get home. The way I see it, this anime is sort of a guilty pleasure for some people, and others just hate it. It is very popular, but not many people rate it very high. I'd say you should try watching it for yourself, and you can judge whether or not this anime is right for you. I'm sure most of you have probably already watched it though. There you go, guys! As you might have noticed, these anime weren't really arranged in any specific order. I mean, why would Isekai Cheat Magician be in first place if it was? The arrangement was totally at random, and it just so happened to show up as the last anime. Anyways, I do hope that you guys found an anime or two that you were interested in watching. And if you liked the video, please be sure to press the like button, and share your views in the comment section down below. And turn that blushing red subscribe button into a gray if you haven't already. Well then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, be sure to stay safe and watch some anime.